Okay, so this is an idea that I've had for a while. Should the NRL look at either moving or expanding into Perth, Western Australia? Should they? I think they should. The sports media is too Brisbane and Sydney centric in Australia. Yes, they are, you know, the two biggest cities and or two of the three biggest cities, including Melbourne. But for the NRL to be called a truly national competition, they have to look outside of New South Wales and southern Queensland. Really. You have to look at Perth and go, it's the fastest expand, it's the quickest growing city in Australia, alongside Darwin. So it's a fast growing metropolitan area. The AFL has had teams with great success, with Fremantle and the West Coast. They've had success in the AFL. Rugby Union's recently lost out on its first grade Western Force because the Super Rugby is now weighted too much in New Zealand's favour, which it shouldn't be, but it is. So it's a sportsman city. You got A-League team in Perth. You've got a couple of AFL teams around Perth. You've got good cricket. The last Test match was packed at the Wacker. So there is already a big fan base that you could tap into. You'll be more than happy to support a Perth side. More than happy. There is the lower grades rugby league. There are people playing the game, and in large numbers. There's a lot of teams. That there is a reasonably successful league structure in Western Australia. A couple of players who are playing in the NRL are born in Perth. So it's not as if it's an alien sport to these people. It's a fast-growing market. It's a fast-growing city. It's a young city. It's a well-educated city as well. It's a well-educated workforce. It's an untapped resource. And for the NRL to be classed as a real, truly national league, Perth is the optimum city. Adelaide didn't work in the Super League Wars. They truly are Aussie AFL, Aussie rules. But Perth, you have a mix of every single sport played in Perth. It is a university city with a very educated population. It's a rapidly growing city, and also it doesn't cost a fortune to live there compared to Sydney. So that will attract a lot of players going, oh, it costs me less to live in Perth than to live in Sydney. Same for Queensland. I mean, the property prices in Brisbane and Sydney and Melbourne are going through the roof. But in Perth, there's so many properties being built, so much real estate being built that it's not going to be stupidly expensive to work and live there. When South Sydney Rabbitohs take their road home games out there, the stadium is 3/4 filled. There's still a few empty seats, but you see a lot of jerseys from almost every single, not just the Rabbitohs, but every single NRL side is represented with fans wearing the other 15 jerseys. So it's already got a rugby league fan base. It is an untapped potential. I do believe they would support a rugby league team in the NRL in Perth. If that means you've got to move a team from Sydney, or maybe move the New Zealand Warriors because they really haven't set the competition alight at any point. Really. Maybe a team from Sydney, possibly the West Tigers most likely. They've got one of the smaller grounds. They have had nothing but problems since Bellman Tigers and Western Suburbs joined together. They've been nothing but short of, we've won the competition once, but every other season we basically struggle. They have struggled a lot. They've lost a lot of their key players during the World Cup. When the World Cup was going on, James Tedesco, Aaron Woods, they've lost Mitchell Moses last season. A lot of their core have gone. Brooks is the only one who's really come through the club who's still there. So they've lost that. I think if you were to move a team, it's West Tigers. If you were to expand, even better. Because then it creates interest. And if you look at expansion teams, look at Las Vegas. In the NHL, they've got the Golden Knights. They are one of the top teams in the league in their first season. They're getting the Raiders moving there. They're getting an NBA franchise. So it can start a ball rolling with, right, we can expand into this market. And look how the city's got behind that. And with a growing city like Perth, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. got a lot of foreign students there, a lot of young people who are educated, good wages, good growth. It's a city on the up. Perfect location. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's just my take on it. You've got to look at other sports and other leagues and how they've expanded and how it's been a success in certain instances, and not always. It's a risk you've got to take though. But Perth itself, when the World Cup went there, when South Sydney go there, play matches, fan base turns up. It turns up. You may not feel the same to capacity, but there's enough people there to go, that's a good starting block, and then we can start selling tickets and getting more people in the gate, the more games that are played. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.